Hello, how you doing, guys? What's up? I'm Yalek, and this is today's War Factory, which we are going to attempt with the level 48 account, HQ19, I think. Yeah. And I already have my troops loaded up. So this War Factory is quite interesting. It has no shield, so it can, in theory, be soloed. It's not going to happen on this account. Again, in theory, it could have happened with my main account, but this particular layout is... Well, I'm just going to come out and say it. This is a bitch. So, we haven't had this layout in quite a while. I remember that because the last time we had this layout, I had watched a Turtle video and noticed that he flared up here and made a comment about it. Because my flare spot had been here, I flared straight through this area, which we'll talk about in a second, and then up to there. He had commented in response and said that if you flare from the beach straight to this spot, the Zookas will form a nice straight line and walk skinny, I guess, is what they call it. So that was months ago. I distinctly remember the conversation. That was several months ago, so it has been that long since we saw this layout. Now, that was a bit different because this area of the world is usually hot pots, which do not have the kind of range that lasers have, and today this is just Laser City. So again, I said in theory this can be soloed. On my main account it took me 3 tries because the first time tried that flare spot, so on the beach, flared up to here and walking, and the Zookas will in fact curve around these crates and then form a straight line walking along the side of these lasers, which I wish were hot pots and are not. And I left the tiniest little gap in smoke, didn't realize it, right here, right after these crates, and I was looking ahead, throwing my smoke, watching Sergeant Brick to see where the path was going to lead next so I could smoke her, and everything seemed good. I watched the Zookas form a nice little straight line right around here, and then looked back all of a sudden and my Zookas were gone because there was the tiniest gap. So there was no margin of error for error here today. And then the second try it was... Oh, and then the second try, that was the other thing. So you're going to want to park up high. Right now you're looking at 4 shocks if you do that. There's one here, probably getting that mortar as well. You need to get these rocket launchers. This one's out of range. And you need to get at least the top 5 lasers. So this one and the 4 below it. So you're looking at 4 shocks right now. And I saw somebody else who chose this parking spot to eliminate the flamethrowers, and completely I tried emulating that only to get roasted by lasers down here, because this parking spot you are in range of a lot of these bastards. So I don't recommend the lower parking spot unless you have the GBE for a bunch of shocks, which I do not. So here is the plan. On this account there is no chance that I would solo anyway. I don't have the GBE to set this up and smoke and shock. So I'm going to do this the more practical way for probably most people. We're going to approach this with Everspark, as I often do with this account. And what we're going to do, definitely need to remove, in one attack, definitely need to remove these rockets. And we need to clear those mines. Now, I'm counting on being able to remove no more than 2 towers in a single attack. The other thing about the lasers here is that lasers and Everspark do not go well together. A laser will give you... There is just the tiniest fraction of a second delay on a laser. So you could throw, you could have Everspark out there and hack a tower and re-smoke and be fine the one time. However, that will have cost you the delay. So if you try to re-smoke and hack another tower, you're toast. There is no delay after you've lost it, because that's how that works, and the lasers will fire instantly and just roast her. So we're not doing any kind of re-smoking today, and to be honest, I don't even think that there will be the possibility of a triple tap, although I will try it. I don't think I'll survive that long, but what I would like to do, if I can, is triple tap to get this mortar and the 2 rocket launchers tons of damage in the area with the doom cannons and boom cannons, so we don't have to worry about that element. That would be attack 1 ideally. Attack 2, if we can, I would love to start getting machine guns. These mortars should not be an issue, so ideally we would be leaving this with a shock on the flamethrowers up here and a shock down here. Realistically, I'm expecting that to take 3 attacks, and that leaves 2 attacks to try not to screw up the walk, which will be interesting because, well, it'll just be interesting. But let's just go ahead and get started, and we'll see how it goes. I will make no promises here because this is just... I so badly wish that these were hot pots right now. And normally I wouldn't be saying that. Normally walking Zookas through a field of hot pots is a bit sketchy, but walking them through a field of lasers is far worse. Like, if you could ask me, what is the worst possible thing that you could be doing with Zookas? It would be walking them through a sea of lasers. Alright, let's pay attention here. Smoke timer, and we're gonna... Nope, didn't get it off. So we got the 2, and next attack we're gonna clear some mines, which we can do. We're gonna mark some things. See, we're going to have to mark extra because now one of those mortars got damaged. So the rocket looks like it'll be okay. Let's get the machine guns. Oh wow, those do not have high health. Interesting. Hang on now, that changes some things potentially. Suppose before I launched into my whole long spiel I should have checked on that. Is there free GBE here? There is. So we can probably get enough for, I would guess, at least 2 more artillery. So let's try that. Might end up sacrificing a boat or 2 for that. If we can get 1 more shot off. Retreat. Get that. Confirm. Get the hell out of Dodge. Have we lost any troops? No. Okay. That changes some things. Reinforce. I'm going to have another Sparky attack for sure anyway, but now we're looking at hacking this machine gun, that rocket launcher, and I think we're good to go. Again, lots of damage in the area, and then that'll give us an extra attack to work on. Oh, very low health. What's the health on the core today? Interesting. Well, I really wish that guy hadn't been damaged, but it is damaged only slightly, so I think we'll be fine. I'm just gonna flare Everspark up to here. That way I know she will be in range of machine gun and rocket. I'm gonna start her on the rocket launcher, and the machine gun is definitely more damaged than the mortar, so she should default to that. I don't see any other turrets that have been damaged in the area, except for this guy, which I cannot hack, so that's not a concern. So yeah, and away we go. should have extra GBE on this attack, and probably will try to use it. Should have checked the health on the lasers. Why didn't I do that? There's very little chance I would have been able to bart him down. So, starting there, flaring up to there, we're gonna aim, don't walk out of smoke. Yeah, so she defaulted to the machine gun, which is awesome because now I know she is definitely in range. And here we go. Boom. And she's dead. And let's get that mine out of the way, just to be on the safe side. And we now have extra GBE to dump on things, so maybe we can BART out the flamethrowers here. Let's try that. That would be awesome. Flamethrowers, like machine guns, are relatively low health items. This looks like it's going to be possible. Yeah. Alright. So, now we have extra shocks to play with. We're going to put that one on the core and take out that shock mine. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Think we're good here. Switch over to Sergeant Brick, and that gives us 3 walks to not screw up. Fingers crossed. Select. Let's just go check our ranges on things to be sure. Yeah, health on those is... I was not going to be able to BART those down. That will not be an issue anymore. Should not be an issue. Could possibly throw a critter to distract it, but shouldn't be an issue if we're parked back here. Should be safe. Shouldn't be an issue. Might be a bit of an issue, but we'll try to get that with the top lasers. Those won't be an issue. So we're gonna go, just to be safe, with 2 shocks on the lasers. Let's see. Not even. 1 shock on the 5 top lasers. That's what we're going to do here. Alright, so, with that said, now for the fun part. I am not a huge fan of this landing. And that's why, because there's a tiny peak out there. So we're going to fat smoke a little bit through here, and you see how they form up that nice little line there? And then we're going to cross over and go through, because obviously I've seen this route already, and still left a little tight on that one smoke next to the top laser. Okay. And we go like that. I'm going to throw a critter out there. One of the lasers is firing. What have we got? Just a tiny bit in range. Well, guess what? We've put some damage on the HQ, but now we get to do that walk again. Cool. Alright, 2 shocks to be on the safe side then. Well, darn it. Should have gone with my first instinct on that one. Alright, what have we got left to do? 228, which is really... So we're just going to go with the shock, and those are definitely out of range. Lovely. That was fun. Let's do it again. So let's see if we can get these a little further back this time. Yeah, we're not doing that. And gathered and flare up. Ah, balls. See, that's the sort of thing that really just makes this so much fun. And we have, less than a third of our Zookas remaining, which is wonderful. We're going to get these shocks out nice and early here, because we need as much time as possible. I think we got it though. And those shocks wore off, but we'd have been fine anyway. I hate you. My God, you have no idea how much I hate lasers. Anyway, with an attack to spare, a bit on the fugly side, but there you go. I mean, I guess lasers are instructive. They will teach you not to peek on your walks. And they will teach you, like, real fast. That is War Factory today. Not hard, just don't peek. That's all. Just don't peek. If you can. Anyway, that was fun. Let's not do it again. Next time we get that layout, Supercell, can it please be Hotpots? Thanks. Alright, I'm out. You guys have a great day.